Thursday Thunder.
Yeah.
Hi.
This isn't the same setup.
No, this isn't. Where's Kimmo?
I don't actually know what he's doing.
I think he might be doing feedback, or is he done with that?
No, I'm not too sure.
Is he sure?
No. Oh, I hope he's at the shop.
I hope so.
Yeah, somebody's there.
Someone's there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, we are here after the ICN shows on the weekend.
Oh, what a weekend.
Yeah, what a big show. It was, 95 competitors, over 300 stage appearances. It was a very long day for everyone.
14-hour day.
14-hour days. A little bit shorter for myself. I did manage to leave a little bit earlier.
Yeah, lucky you.
Lucky me. I was the one on stage for most of the day.
Yeah.
But yes, let's start off with a recap. So first off, go me.
Well, that's why don't you take it away here? Like, how did you go? Because I know this was such a pretty epic prep of since January starting dieting, basically.
November before that.
Well,
November before that.
Even
actually.
worse. So.
Yeah. So this last couple of weeks, last week, I wrapped up my comp prep.
Yep.
I travelled to Queensland the week before. Did the SA show last weekend, and then my plan was to carry on that through to the ICN Nationals.
Yep.
But 2 weeks ago, I made the decision to not go to the Nationals as a competitor, but just as a coach, because mentally, physically, and overall emotionally, I just couldn't do another week of prep. So much so that after I finished all my classes at the ICN South Australian show, I broke down and cried for about a good 5-10 minutes because I was just overwhelmed with emotion that this whole journey was finally over.
Yep. What's that? That's 10 months of work.
It was 10 months of
that
hard.
cultivated in 15, 20 minutes on stage. It's a pretty mind-blowing sort of thing when you put in that much work and effort for just that and then it's done. It's kind of, you can understand why everything just comes out.
It was definitely also like a moment of adulation that the fact is I did in fact place first in all my categories.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did Classic Physique Class 2, I did Over 77 and Open Class 2, which I actually forgot my first place medals. I was going to bring them, but I thought myself...
we've got to put them up at the gym as well.
Yeah, they're going to add to my other collection along the wall. I was thinking, is it a bit, self-obsessive at wearing 3 first-class medals around the place? But no, I'm very, very happy the way I showed on stage. Funnily enough, this is actually my 10th year competing. And in those 10 years, I've always done the over 77 class.
Yep.
And I've never been beaten in South Australia.
Really?
In that over 77 class. So I consider that
there's a new challenge for someone.
I consider that my class. So
Yep.
Competitors, I love competition, but you're going to have to wait a couple of years because I've promised my wife, my family, my friends, and all you guys that...
Oh, yeah, I don't want to deal with you competing again for a while.
It's a minimum of 2 years until I step back on stage again.
Ooh, push maybe 3.
Yeah, pushes maybe 3. When I'm mid-30s, I'll put it back. But no, it was an amazing show. We got some fantastic photos. Managed to get a really good one with me and my son. Your little nephew Roman. Which people you can chuck up on here.
I'll pop it up on the screen.
And that photo is probably one I will cherish the rest of my life.
Yep.
And that's going to be a photo of maybe what he will show his friends one day as I look at my dad when he
I'm
was
interested
young.
to see what the photo... I'm sure Nelson got a really good
Nelson
shot.
probably got a very good one because the one I got was just from Janelle's photo from the judges' perspective, but that was really good. Currently in my recovery phase.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so Brandon Kempter, my coach, he sent me my recovery phase literally the day after the show.
Wait, so you've got a plan post-comp?
Post-comp straight away,
see, rookie, you should just balloon back up 30 kilos and do the suffering in 2 weeks rather than over 10 weeks.
Well, that's the thing.
Isn't that the best approach? You just eat anything and everything and then back to normal.
That's the thing. I can eat everything and anything, but it's the fact that I don't want to. The best part for me is the last 2 to 3 weeks of prep with me was sub 2,000 calories, upwards of 17,000 steps a day. And just poverty. All my carbohydrates came from fibrous vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, cabbage. So my GI tract and my gas was utterly horrendous. It smelled like something died.
I'm sure your wife would have loved that.
She was absolutely thrilled.
Every
single day. But no, I'm in my recovery phase now, where this last week has just been training intuitively, so training the way I want to. Every session has gone over 2 hours just because I'm having fun. I'm playing with the equipment here again. Not lifting 20 goals, just lifting to get a pump. Eating 3,500 calories again, which is beautiful. I absolutely love it.
So what in the last few days or the last week? So what was your rough calorie? So
1,830.
And you're back up to
3,500.
Yep. And what's your weight done? Has it gone up dramatically? Or so you were saying it's only increased a little bit?
It's gone up by about 1.2 kilos.
Okay.
I'm obviously tracking every single day to see what happens. My stage weight was 79, I believe.
Okay.
79.1, and now I'm at 80.1, 80.2. The funny enough, the day after the show is I actually dropped weight.
Yeah.
Because I came off stage and the first thing I got
your body would just be soaking up anything.
Oh, right? It was fantastic. Yeah. The first thing I had when I came off stage was a bubble tea. I don't know.
Grossest little snot ball tea.
Oh, they're delicious.
They're not. They're little balls of snot that you're drinking in a drink.
Hey, it was delicious. Yeah. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
But then the next day I just went out, I went for a nice walk with my wife and my son, went down the semaphore, walked, did a couple of Ks up there, had breakfast, just had a nice Swedish dish with some pieces of banana bread. And
did you go to that place that we went to?
Swedish tarts, I didn't get a glog that time.
They're pretty good. You should have got the glog.
Yeah, I didn't get the glog this time. But no, next time is definitely a glog.
Yeah.
It was great to have that little bit of that sense of freedom. Last night I made pasta carbonara.
Yep.
From scratch. So that was beautiful to actually make something again and eat it and then just enjoy some time with family. And that's one thing I can't wait to do, is to sit down with you guys and enjoy a nice meal again and
get back to normalcy.
Normality, yeah. So it's been don't get me wrong, this prep has been the hardest one I've done, but it's also been the most rewarding. I felt I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about how I can react to certain aspects of these preps.
Yep.
I've also learned it's not worth doing such a crazy long drawn out
prep.
God,
no. I think we've all told you that since you started in November.
Yes, but no, I just wanted to work.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. At least you know now.
Yes, I know.
You know you don't need a 45-week prep.
No, I need probably maybe maximum of 30, depending on where my body composition stays. But hey, it's all fun and games. I've got a new program starting next week, which I designed yesterday. I can't wait to get back into.
So, what's your training look like now? Are you going back into tracking your training, or are you training still intuitively, or are you doing still the typical body part bro split sort of thing?
This week is literally just training.
Whatever you feel like?
Yeah, the day after the show I had a rest. My whole body felt like a giant massive cramp. I was getting cramps in muscles I didn't know I had. The day after I trained back, and then I did legs yesterday. I've got a push day with Scotty Nelson today. It's going to be fun. And then tomorrow is just going to be just a full body play around, pump session. And then going into next week is when my program starts, and I'll be doing DUP training, which is daily undulating programming.
Okay.
It's when you hit the three different facets of training: strength, power, and hypertrophy throughout the entire week. It's a 6-day rotation, so it's going to be a lot more like training every single day practically, but the volume.
So you're 6 and 1 off.
But the volume and load is very low. It's probably like 3 to 4 exercises. But one exercise working on power, one exercise working on strength, one exercise working on hypertrophy, and then you just alternate that throughout the week. So you're hitting all rep ranges, and it's supposed to be like an incredible way to gain strength and gain muscular power out of during not following linear programming. So it's very scientific based and routed in scientific merit and study. But it was good. I'm actually very excited to train again. That's the best part. I'm actually enjoying training again.
And also, sticking with the training side of things, in terms of steps and cardio, are you keeping that up?
Yeah, so my steps have been reduced to 10,000, which is moderate. You
can hit 10,000. I think I've hit 10,000 just doing the vacuuming and everything in here.
8,000 of them.
I
wake up,
piece of piss in here.
It's pretty easy to get it up pretty easy in here. Calories are 3,500, training when I want this week. And steps are moderate, and so body feels great.
Awesome.
Can't wait to recover and get back into it.
Very good.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, I know Kimo is going to, in the next few videos, whenever he's in, he's going to do a little bit more of a recap. Probably after now the nationals and everything, he'll do a little bit of a bigger recap on a few other things we do with the comp, but I think that covers pretty much everything that we need to right now. But yeah, cool. So that's about it with the comp. Yeah. In terms of the shop, we haven't had a huge amount new. This time of year is always a bit up and down with new products. There's a few gaps in the market that are just fill in over the next couple of months. Coming into Christmas, it always dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
But we've got a few things that we've been sent from some of the companies, and a couple of products that have been around for a while that just going to touch on again, and a few new things as well. So that have been on the market, but new to our shop eventually as well.
Shop, of course.
So just want to touch on the Primabolics Grind, because Will and Mickey from Primabolics sent us a big care package to kind of try some of the newer flavors and some of the products we don't have. So Grind has got a new flavor in the mango. Mm-hmm. Have you tried it yet?
I have tried it, of course.
It's pretty unreal.
I do love mango.
Yeah,
mango is great in everything.
It's a pretty unreal sort of mango flavor. It's the same formula that you're going to love in terms of a non-stimulant pre-workout, and probably the most complete full non-stim pre.
I have to say it is the most comprehensive non-stim. Creatine, betaine, beta-alanine, NO3, vaso-6, huperzine.
It's one of these products that I think you really have to try, because everybody hears non-stim and they're like, oh, you're not going to notice anything. But it's a product you do feel.
Yeah,
because of all the ingredients, and especially because of non-stim pre, most of them are just a typical pump formula or that sort of, I suppose, nutrient delivery-based product. This one's actually a full pre-workout. Yeah. It's everything you want in a pre minus any stims. So the pumps are ridiculous because there's nothing vasoconstricting in it whatsoever.
No caffeine, nothing like that.
Nah. And it's just an unreal all-rounder sort of product. So we don't have it in stock yet, but I'll be doing an order with Mickey over the next couple of days, and we'll be topping up all the flavors. So it's actually got 4 flavors now. So strawberry, kiwi, pineapple, grape. They're the 3 that are currently in stock, and we'll have the new mango with the next order as well now. So, keep an eye out for that one. And, if you're after either something to stack with another pre-workout or to, even as a standalone, if you're training at night, or you want to kind of just control your caffeine intake a little bit, because everybody's a bit out of control all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
especially you coming off prep. Maybe give your adrenals a bit of a break.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, definitely feeling a lot better.
But that's what I think a non-stim pre is something that even chuck it into your rotation, even if it's something to break up your stimulant-based products all the time. Great option. Or then, if you want to change completely, it's a great standalone product on its own. Or can stack with the rest of a range if you want to stack it with a stimulant-based product or anything like that.
That seems to be the way to go with a lot of people. They're stacking it with more than, one scoop of their stim, which has maybe 2 grams of citrulline.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you then still the same effect, and you're getting then a complete pre-workout, but you're not just redlining your system with, 400 milligrams of caffeine all the time, and then energy drinks, and then everything on top.
Being at the shop every week now, I get that many people. It's like, I'm looking for a pre-workout. I'm like, cool. What's your tolerance like? I need something high stim.
It's a battle of finding the strongest thing for people, and they don't realize that you can get the stronger product by just not taking so much caffeine all the time. No. Yeah. I don't think people realize we're not meant to just sit at redlining your system continuously day to day of, hey, I just need a drip feed of caffeine all the time.
Sit in your car and just have your accelerator. Revving at 5,000 RPM for a couple of days and see how you go.
See what happens. No wonder people think they sleep like shit.
No. We're just having the discussion before, actually.
But the other product that we've got as well is a bit of and I think you touched on it the other week, but it's Intrawar 3.
Yes.
So it's a bit of a revamp on the original formula. A little bit higher dosed on the amino acid profile and the electrolyte profile. Still has a bit of citrulline in there as well, I believe. Yeah,
we do have, if I just read out this ingredient panel here, we do have the 2,000 milligrams of citrulline plus the 500 milligrams of agmatine sulfate. Added betaine, creatine, HCl, L-ornithine, and D-ribose, as well as your full spectrum B vitamins, B1, B2, all the way to B12. So I have used this. This is the red frog flavor. I have used this as well, stacked with usually just by itself or with like a carbohydrate.
I was about to say, it's a really well-rounded, proper intra. So it's not something I would say is a great formula for necessarily like, I'll just drink it throughout the day. It's because of those performance-based ingredients for the nutrient delivery and everything. I think it's better suited for during training, but definitely if you stack it with some carbs, great all-rounder sort of formula. Comes in 3 flavors: mango, nectar, watermelon, and
the red frog,
and that's in stock now. So it's good to go. It's a 40 scoop, 20 serve if you take the 2 scoop serve. But like Adrian said, I think stack it with a carbohydrate, even just a simple multidextrin or a pure dextrose, perfect, great intro sort of formula. And then the other one this is one that I hadn't tried, and Mickey called me and said, you got to try, especially this flavor, the strawberry white chocolate.
Yes, yeah.
But this is the Iso Ripped. So we've got the Whey Ripped, which is their whey blend protein. This is their straight isolate-based protein. So it's the same profile, but just using pure isolate proteins. One of the best tasting ISOs. Strawberry
white chocolate is one of those, it's a safe flavor for me because it reminds me of I don't know, do you remember Capilano by any chance? They had the strawberry and cream drops.
No.
It's, I find a photo, chuck it up there.
Yeah.
No, it is a beautiful flavor. Strawberry and white chocolate mix so well together. It has that nice creamy undertone with a slight tartness of strawberry. The best thing about it, though, being an isolate, is isolates are hard to flavor because they're so pure.
Well, they generally, some of them have that sort of almost, I mean, obviously the hydrolyzed definitely do, but some generally have that sort of metallic-y sort of aftertaste, that real bitter sort of aftertaste, the isolates.
Yeah.
This one doesn't.
No, this is also, it retains a little bit of creaminess to it as well. I think they do have some essential fats added to it. I can't quite remember if they do or not.
Yep.
But it's a lot more, it's got more body than your standard whey protein isolate, rather than if you mix it with water, it is very lightly flavored. This is a good punch. It is a really good product. They've also added the digestive enzymes in there as well, which you necessarily don't need for a whey protein isolate.
No, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, you being a slightly lactose intolerant.
But digestive enzymes are something that I think most products should have them in. Most proteins, at least, should have them in there. It's just, why not? Because if you can get anything, even an isolate that does digest easily, why not have something that even breaks it down better?
Yeah, and obviously this also has your added multivitamins and then mineral complexes as well, and adding those digestive enzymes in there.
I think there's a little bit of carnitine.
There's carnitine. I'm not too sure actually.
Yes, some acetyl.
Yes.
So a little bit of acetyl or carnitine in there as well. That's where the Ripped name comes from.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't. I think that's a give or take sort of ingredient in a protein powder.
Yeah.
But in terms of the protein quality itself, top of the line.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Again, it's another great Aussie-made product. In fact, every product on this table is Aussie-made, which is great to hear and great to see. And I always say that Australia Berry makes the best products in the world.
I think so. And it's just the quality control, I think, is second to none. I think we've harmed on that a lot.
Yeah, TJ and Sands, they're very, very, I don't want to use the word that starts with an N, but they're very slave driverish about what they need to, they need to get past those lines to be able to be released in Australia, which quality control is second to none.
100%. So that one isn't in stock yet, but I'll be doing an order for that probably in the next week. There's 11 flavors.
Yeah, and
I think we'll be starting for about 6.
Yeah.
And it's the same flavors that are in the Whey Ripped. So pretty much you can have a look at the flavors that are on the Whey Ripped.
We can try lifting off. You got chocolate, vanilla, I think there's.
Do you want to go?
I say chocolate, vanilla, banana, caramel.
So all right. So there's banana.
Yep.
Caramel banana.
That is actually really
mint.
Choc mint.
Choc fudge.
Yep.
Choc hazelnut.
Yep.
Salted caramel.
Yes.
Spiced cookie.
Yep.
Strawberry white chocolate.
Yep.
Vanilla cake batter. Caramel. And there is one. No, choc peanut butter.
Yeah.
No, wait. Did I say choc? I might have said that one. So I think that's all of them if I didn't mess up.
There you go.
But it's some of those. So pretty much we'll be picking probably 5 or 6 of the top ones. And it'll be things like the spiced caramel biscuit, which is like the Biscoff.
Biscoff, yeah. I have to say something about Biscoff. I think
I've never tried it.
It's overrated in my eyes.
Okay.
It's so overrated.
I think that's going to cause a fight.
It sort of tastes like gingerbread, but without the ginger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good, but it's a bit overhyped in my personal experience.
Okay.
But yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, so we'll be looking at that over the next week or so, and that'll be coming in. I think the pricing is around $79.95 or $84.95 from memory.
$79.95.
It's about $10 more than the Whey Ripped.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that'll be in stock eventually. And then the other thing we kind of wanted to touch on, because it's just come out, we've just got a heap of stock back in, and you're a new Gen-Tec sponsored athlete, so I might as well talk about it, is the P2P.
Yeah, the P2P, the power to perform.
Talking about intras with carbohydrates.
Yes, this was the first intra workout of its kind on the market.
Yep.
It was way ahead of its time, and it didn't really move well at the start.
No, because people are scared of carbs.
People are scared of carbohydrates.
People are still scared of carbs.
Yes, people are very carb phobic, but this is designed for intra-workout training. You've got your full spectrum BCAAs in there. You got creatine, you got glutamine, you got citrulline malate, alpha-ketoglutarate. You've got, I think I've already touched on, on glutamine. You've got nootropic amino acids like L-tyrosine or lysine, all the good stuff. And then plus you've got your blend of 3 carbohydrates, maltodextrin, dextrose, and fructose.
Yep.
Added
20 grams?
15 grams per scoop. So you're looking at 30 grams per 2 scoops, which is pretty beneficial for an athlete weighing about 70 to 80 kilos, give or take. This is designed as a pure ergogenic aid, meaning it is designed for exercise, for performance. If you or even if your nutrition is lacking pre-training, it's great to have a carbohydrate during training because the standard athlete needs about 4.5 grams per kilo of body weight. So if a 70 kilo male, 4.5 times 4.5, you're looking around, what's that, like 280 to 300 grams of carbs minimum per day just for athletic performance. So if your nutrition is lacking, very, very beneficial to have a carbohydrate during training. It also does have a little bit of your chromium pick, vitamin C for, insulin sensitivity as well, which is, again, I can harp on about the product a lot because I use it every single day. Yep. And I have used it practically every single day. I used it throughout my entire prep, which is sacrificing a little bit of carbs. I needed that energy during training. It comes in, like 5 flavors, 6 flavors?
Currently only 4.
4 flavors?
Yeah,
so you've got
it comes
blueberry,
in.
apple, orange, and tropical.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, blueberry is still the best.
There is a grape, but that's currently sold out.
Yep.
And we probably won't have any back in stock for a little bit. But the tropical, what were you saying?
I like blueberry. Blueberry has always been the best in my eyes.
I'm a tropical fan. I think that one's one of his best sort of flavors. But the blueberry is good. The orange is probably the only one that's a little bit lighter on flavor.
Yeah, it's very tart as well.
Yeah, I just found it just wasn't strong enough for the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Look, it's still a good flavor, but I think the other ones probably take the cake a little bit better. But that's in stock pretty much all the time now. 30 serves, $69.95, and it is just a pure intra-workout. It's not something that you want to take just sitting around during the day. No. You can. There's no harm in that, but I think there's too many performance-based ingredients in there that it kind of defeats the purpose of it.
I mean, unless you're trying to obviously bulk up and put on a bit of muscle and put on a bit of size, calories are calories. You can get it anyway, and liquid calories are very easy to get in.
I think there's better sources.
There's a lot better sources to have.
Yeah, or cheaper, I should say, even.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, pretty a bit more cost-effective ones than that. But you can still use it anytime you want, but ideally during sessions. But otherwise, really well-rounded sort of intra. And I think something that more people should be looking at is that sort of carbohydrate.
100%. Yeah. Like again, especially if your nutrition is lacking prior to training, or if you haven't eaten anything, or if you train fasted in the morning. Yeah. Highly, highly beneficial to have some carbohydrates around your training before, intra, or even after. If you want to have a little bit of sip of after training, so you get a little bit of insulin sensitivity after training. Combine it with protein, you've got a good little nutrient uptake there. Yeah. Nothing to complain about P2P. It's an amazing product.
Awesome. Anything else?
I can't really think of anything.
No questions? Nothing else we want to bring up?
No, I didn't really get much, really,
No, I don't think we put up a thing anyway this week. I don't know, lost track of days with the public holiday and everything.
Yeah, it was public holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess we can, again, we can talk about the gym a bit more. Yeah. I mean, the gym, again, is still pumping. We're getting new people in every single day.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's... we're just, again, so thankful with Ari, myself, and Kim. Obviously, we family-owned gym. We do everything we can to keep the gym that's hygienic, safe, clean, functioning. Because we train here, we love it here, and it's pretty much when everyone comes in and we're welcoming everyone into our home. So thank you to the members. Thank you to the new members. If you haven't tried at the gym, the first casual session is always free. You can try the gym out for the day, and then you can make a decision if you want to join us. All of our memberships have no startup fees, no joining fees. You're not locked into any contracts either. And our prices have not changed in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's something that
crazy.
A bit mental, I mean, we had an opening special, and the opening special has stayed up until this day.
I think is it still written as opening special?
No, I changed it on the price list.
Should have kept that as opening special.
Yeah. It's a opening special 10 years later.
It's pretty unreal. I was thinking about that the other day, that it's hit 10 years. Because somebody was asking, and they actually said, the gym's looking really busy. I'm like, it's only taken 10 years to get to this point, which is the funny thing when everybody goes, oh, you know, must be like awesome running the gym and everything. It's like it's been stressful for 10 years, especially with, you know, the last few years of restrictions and everything going on.
Openings and lockdowns.
Well, you take in COVID, lockdowns, and then competition rises and, you know, the big players coming to town and everything like that. And we're still ticking along. And it's only taken 10 years to get to a point that we're like, holy shit, we're busy. Which is, it's awesome. I came in here the other night at 6 o'clock and you're walking around and I'm like, oh, you got to fight for a little bit of equipment now.
Oh yeah, no.
And it's kind of like, it's a great problem to have, because before we were sitting there going like, oh shit, hopefully some more members come.
Just a few weeks ago, I was about to train. It was like 5 o'clock, hit peak time, and I went into, you know, try to grow a bench, and I'm like, who are you people?
Oh yeah, and that's I think that's the most the awesome thing, and it's something that I'm trying to get on top of, is every time I come in here there's a new face. I'm like, oh, now I've got to, you know, try and learn who you are now, because I'm like, and it's awesome, because I come in here, I'm like, oh no, I don't know who you are, and it's like, oh, you signed up last week. Okay. Yep. I mean, it's so cool to see.
I've always made it my goal to know every member by face, and I think I've done a pretty damn good job of it over the last 10 years to think of that. And even now I'm having trouble. I'm like, I was away. I don't know who you are. Who are you? You know, I have to, you know, hi, I'm Adrian, I manage the gym, and then they all of a sudden start chatting, and then all of a sudden there's a little bond going, and then how's your training going? How's this? How's that? You got members bringing in their children now that's been here for years. So it's one of those things where I've watched kids go from high school to their apprenticeship to then being engaged and having kids. And that is a beautiful thing for me to see, because it just shows that we have such an amazingly what's the word I'm looking for? Ari, I can't think of the word.
Just a good community.
Loyal membership base where people may come and go, but they always end up coming back. And that's something I always say, like, that's they always come back. So again, thank you. Thank you from everyone here. We very much appreciate it.
All right. I think that covers pretty much everything we need to.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yes. I don't know. Do I do a spin off?
I think you should. I think you have to do it.
Put your own spin on it. What's the words?
It's like, this episode is brought to you by Australian Muscle Gym. Australian Muscle Online with free Australia-wide delivery. You know.
I think you wrapped it up just there.
I know. I've heard it every single week.
I usually tune out by this point.
Just sort of like lower the audio a little bit on that end. But
all right.
That being said,
cool. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
There you will.